Demon at my door, demon at my door. I slide back the curtain just to be sure. Ice on the window, now I'm certain it's her or him, whichever body it's currently in. Everybody listening is currently tense. Riptides, regardless of the currents we're in. Suicide in homes behind a white picket fence. But outside the inner city, sinister sinning doesn't exist. Suburban America is somehow convinced. But there's more demons in the hills than any Skid Row tent. But we can all get along, we can all coexist. It's all just a lie, and we know that it is. They quarantined the poor before COVID-19 never did. Pandemic or pandemic, it no longer makes sense. Unless it helps you make sense, then to you it makes sense. Make sense? To a few and their friends. To them we're just numbers, until numbers turn hunters, and then the wicked turn prey. Took a worldwide pandemic to get God's people to pray, and half of those people still aren't awake. No ripples, no waves, they're still not awake. You'll never plan for a tsunami if your brain is a lake. Blue, no need for you to tell me which pill you would take. But I popped red when reading red letters. I dropped dead alone in the desert. Sins like the sands, too many to measure. You'll never know how much you hate yourself until you're finally treasured. I buried past pain, I can cry when I'm better, but I don't know if I can take much more. Demon at my door, demon at my door. Demon brings death, that's why the D comes before. Deathman is secretly what demon stands for, but you're numb to it like Molly on the dance floor. Every weekend Molly can soar, can soar, can soar. Cancer, that's the doctor's answer. Demon at your door, man, you never should have answered. Codeine for cancer, are you stupid? Or was he that cunning? A demon will feed you forever and you'll still feel hungry. Demon at my door, they dislike me the most. I never knew things got cold when the devil gets close. You'd be surprised how quickly a demon will use a human for a host. The show goes on and so do the ghosts. They hover above us like Macy Day floats. A Hummer heads for Macy as she plays in the snow. Daydreaming driver, where did he go? Distracted by demons, possessed by a ghost. Quick, look away, too hard to see. Black eyes hit black ice, too hard to see. Grace is the old lady 2 doors over and across the street. She keeps to herself, 70-something and super discreet, but suddenly won't stop telling the neighbors she saw a child get lifted 10 feet. Just as an SUV sped underneath. Grace is a widow, she struggles with grief. It's dementia, people, it's obvious to see. And you think it's safe to have her driving our street? She's losing it, we've all noticed. I know it's not just me. Suddenly it's grabbed the pitchforks and lighted torch. Rumors spread like a paper boy, porch to porch. Judged by her neighbors, I guess that's why some streets are called courts. Grace ends up admitted without ever admitting she never saw what she said. Macy asks why the neighbor lady is strapped to a bed. Because she's possessed, thinks Macy's mom in the back of her head. Because she's sick, she says instead. Mom walks away and Macy just watches. Perfect picture of truth taken hostage. Red pill means bondage. Well-fed people still starving for knowledge. We've all experienced the unknown if we're honest. It's people's unknown response to what we know that keeps us quiet. PC pills, they want us all on their diet. 10 twice a day or twice more to keep quiet. Stop taking mine, red for a riot. They can't sell you lies if you no longer buy it. Mention spirituality and everyone's into it. Mention the Holy Spirit and some people now hesitant. Why are you looking at me like that? We're relatives. I guess everything's relative. I'm a furnace sometimes, installed the vent. Don't count on people to call you unless it's a call for rent. Feeling irrelevant breeds feeling irreverent. I spent family outings pointing out elephants. Safari me turned sorry me. Clayton, you can't call out the friction in the air. What's wrong with you? Something missing up there? Yeah, a filter. Words just for filler. 2 birds still a killer. Hate rats, sorry Willard, but hate Willard's worse. Never trust a Willard's words. Rodents for friends only makes it worse. I'm trying to tell you something but can't say it with words. I keep coming back to poetry because it helps when I hurt. This world entertains us while taking our worth. Been a skeptic since birth. If I can't see it, I don't accept that it works. So how is it I've never seen God but still get wrecked by his words? Living water in barrels, blessed as I surf, but troubles come back thanks to the curse. Depression pulls my head out of the clouds, I fall back to earth. From a nobody to a somebody and then back to the dirt. More people have bios about exploring the world than exploring the word. That probably sounds crazy to most. Ghosts go ghost with no shadows like most. Temperature plummets, time for my coat. Anxiety sets in when he comes for my throat. My life is a capsule, poems are the moat. 1,000 feet deep with all the poems that I wrote. And there's no getting inside, not by plane, not by boat. A recluse with big channels should change my name to remote. It's fitting for both. Always been a misfit. I'm a flower, a black rose. Never was a dimwit. I'm a fire that grows. I'm not the same and it shows. He's saying not even close. Who's saying he bought a rope? Who's saying that he won't? People play hangman on more than just paper. Had a classmate tell me that her dad had raped her. Oh, what I wish I would have said. Where is she now? Alive? Is she dead? Missed opportunity to show support through community. It's weird being the helper when I don't know who to be. We're not the same, you and me, but we're the same when we bleed. Same color red, same organs, same needs. People don't even look at each other as they pass on the streets. Women wear foundation, not knowing a foundation is what they need. You don't need makeup to like what you see. I don't make up words to write and then read. I'll wake up, write and then bleed. Black heart, black ink. I'd rather spill it on paper than pour it in the sink. I'd rather spill it to my wife than talk it out with a shrink. I ran away from God, figured it was over, cut, end of scene. But I reached the beginning of God when I woke up at the end of me. Took 32 years before I started to see that the problem wasn't other people, the problem was me. I speak out confidently, but there's no confidence in me. Caught inside my insecurities constantly. I think security's on to me. Cuffed to their company, rushed to their comforting, disgust when they're mumbling. Gossip isn't tea, it's hemlock for the tongue. Too many sips and forget you, you're done. Hard to learn to like me, had to learn to like me. Pushing the pen lets the pain out of me. You might be just like me. In fact, I know that you are because I read it when you write me. Stuck inside somebody else, secretly a cutter but too afraid to tell. Mind in the gutter, are you going to hell? Tossed into depression, swept in the swells. Does that ring a bell? I did it my way, it's the lead single in hell. Selfish mentality, yeah, I know it well. Never swayed by a salary, man, I'm not for sale. A lot of people left me when I wasn't well. Oh well, but God never left me like the woman at the well. I got another secret if you promise not to tell. I'm loud in my poetry, but live alone in a cell. But I get wings when I think of Belle. I guess angels do get wings with the ring of a bell. I'm rarely in the present, never been good at that. So I dwell in the past to get trapped before snatched. Spirits are like a virus, they easily attach. Go away, Corona, and never come back. Pop a Corona and let the spirits attack. Why do they call drinks spirits? Ever think of that? One's not enough, so you toss another one back. I judge not, I know the power of black. Find ways to get numb and never come back. So dumb looking back, so numb, just relax. I was undone, I collapsed. You'll die by people's booze if you live for their claps. Others die by people's booze, driving while smashed. Couldn't stay home, you couldn't just crash. Always in cash, hit smash, hit flash, call it whips fast. People brag about cars.